Hello everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to build a really budget deck that you can get as soon as you start playing the game. So to show this, I want to show you what it would be like to create a new account. So we are going to copy this, then this is our new account that we just created. And the reason we copied that is you can choose any starting hero, I guess. Really just Boris is fine. The reason you copy your account name is because after you copy your account email, you go to this page right here, game.shadowrunner.com/bonus.php, and you enter that email. So I'm going to enter the email we just copied and pasted, and bam, you get some shadow crystals. In this case, 200 shadow crystals, and then you enter it here. This is game.shadowrunner/welcome.php, and then you get 6 booster packs. So that is a huge help for starting an account, and we're going to make use of that. So back to the in-game, you're going to get the free booster packs, some messages. We're just going to go to Merchant. Okay, it looks like it has not loaded our... Okay, so we're going to log out and log back in because it has not loaded our shadow crystals. Okay, there we go. 200 shadow crystals. All right, and then we can open some packs. So open these, open them all. It doesn't really matter what we pull. So yeah, we just want to open stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to be selling these cards that we're opening. So I'm just going to try and go through it really quickly. We don't really care what we pull out of those. I guess the campaign one is the one where if you get a legendary from campaign, that is going to be a huge help to you. So we're going to open up the campaign booster pack, hope we get a legendary, and we did not. So what else? You should also always be buying campaign packs. The reason is that there's a higher percentage of legendaries in the campaign pack, and the legendaries are worth more gold than other legendaries. So that's why you want to open the campaign pack. And we didn't get a legendary, but we did get an epic, so that will be nice. And then we can open the foil pack. Okay. All right. After you've done all that, you're gonna want to go here. Sell extras, sell all your extras. So we're just trying to get gold. Then we'll go to legendary, see if we pulled any legendaries. Check show unusable, which is already checked. Okay, sadly we pulled no legendaries. Okay, epics. So this is where we're gonna sell whatever we can. Okay, well we can sell this. Can't sell. Oh, that's a foil. That is really nice. 600 gold. All right. What else can we sell? We can sell this that we got. Okay. Our goal is to get to, like, I think 10,000 gold would be pretty good if we can get 10,000 gold. It might be tough, actually. I don't think we pulled that well. Okay, we'll try to sell that. Okay. You know, if you're going for longevity in your account, you probably don't want to sell some of these, but, yeah, we'll make the money back. That'll be fine. Okay, yeah, we'll make it to 10,000 probably. We got some good foils there that sell for the cost of buying it. We can sell this for sure. Any other rares? Okay, we can sell this. Guess we could technically sell this. Okay, we can sell Pack Outcast. I like Dalton a lot, but okay. Yeah, let's sell him. All right. This is Dalton would be good for the deck we're building, actually. So, okay. Actually, maybe we will have some difficulty here. Okay, here another foil. That's good. Foils are great for selling. Okay, I think we can sell this. The campaign cards are good sells. We can sell that. We can sell this. We can sell this. Okay, we're at 7,000. Okay, we're getting there. We have to sell a lot of stuff. We're gonna keep this higher ground because actually that is a good card for us. Okay, that sucks, but yeah, I think that's worth selling. We can definitely sell that card. That card's no good. Okay. Well, we're not quite at enough. Okay, we can sell this. These aren't going to sell for much. Alright, well, we'll sell that. And we'll sell this. Okay, 9,000. Okay. Yeah, we can sell this card. It's not that good. Also, another card that isn't that good. You don't need 4 rampages. Another bad card. Well, actually, that card is kind of nice. Okay, now it's not letting us sell some of the cards that we're actually using in some of our decks. Okay, I think I'm selling too much at this point, but better safe than sorry. Okay, yeah, we can sell this for sure. Won't let me sell it. Okay, we'll sell this. Okay, for good measure, we'll sell this. Okay, now to build this deck, actually this is a deck that we're going to be using with Tala. So we're going to go to Hero, we're going to go to Tala. And we're going to get this one. And make sure you're buying the Shattered Fates one, not the Lost Lands one. This one's more expensive. So we'll get the 200 gold one. We'll buy a copy of the Hero. And now we're going to go to deck. All right. 1, 6, 8, 3, 1, 8, 4B. Okay. Now the cost is 9,120 gold for us. It may be different for you because of the fact that you may have pulled some of the cards that actually are needed to buy. And so this cost may be lower or higher for you. But generally, if you have 10,000 gold, you'll be good. So we're going to buy this. Buy all the cards. And this is basically the most budget deck I could think of that actually probably might be able to win some games. So let's try it. Let's go hop into ranked and see, if we can win one game. That's our goal here. So, but yeah, so the idea of this deck is to be super budget, but also be very aggressive and fast. I went with an aggressive deck because the more games you play, the more resources you're going to generate. So you want a deck that wins so quickly that your game time average will be super duper low and you can play as many games as possible. The more games you're playing, the more gold you're going to be getting, and that's going to let you buy more cards and maybe buy back some of the cards that we sold to make this deck. So yeah, now just waiting. Let's see, it might be a bad time right now for players. I also know that when you're on 0 rating, like we are, it does take a while to get an opponent. Okay, there we go. We got an opponent. Okay, very good. So now we're going to try and win this game as quickly as we can. So immediately, Ascetic of Aldmor is a 1-cost ally, but it's very good for 1-cost allies. So we're going to play this. Looking at our hand, Bad Santa's pretty good. We don't have our location. So our location is really important to this strategy. Our opponent doesn't run any weapon heroes, so we can sacrifice this pretty safely and just play Ascetic of Aldmor. So the whole idea behind this deck is to take advantage of Ravenscrest and the fact that it basically lets you play support abilities and renew resource and draw a card when you do. So that way we can get a lot of advantage very quickly and just use that to our advantage to try and win the game. So there we sacrificed our urgent business because our opponent is probably not going to run any weapon cards. We have our Ascetic of Aldmor, which is an amazing 1-cost ally. In fact, one of the best 1-cost allies in the game probably. And I think we're in a pretty good position. Okay, we can sacrifice this probably because of the fact that because of the fact that that one is only really good when you have the location set up. So since we didn't draw into our location, we're just going to sacrifice that card. It's no good otherwise. I'm going to play Unaxio Squire and just attack face with our Ascetic of Aldmor. That is going to just be a really nice card for us. So Ascetic of Aldmor is really good because you can target an opposing ally and make it lose 1 base attack. if they have more resources or equal resources to you. So when you're going second, you're almost always gonna have equal resources, and so you'll be able to use this to reduce the base attack of your opponent's allies. And that's what makes Ascetic of Aldmor such a strong turn 1 drop. It basically has that inbuilt protection of being able to reduce your opponent's attack. Unaxio Squire is an ally that is sometimes gonna be 0 cost 4 health, which is really nice. So he's also really nice, and he also gives allies +2 attack, which is very good. Anyway, to focus here a little bit, I think what we can do is I think we want to get rid of Bazaar. We don't have our location, sadly. We can reduce the attack of the Voracious Arachnid. Now we're going to summon the Aldmor Interceptor. Now this is really important. Aldmor Interceptor only has haste while you have less resources. No, sorry, less shadow or more shadow energy than the opponent. So we want to attack with Interceptor first. Then what we want to do is we want to let's give Protector to the Squire. So Squire will target itself. Then what we want to do is use our Shadow ability to boost the Squire. And now Aldmor Interceptor has lost haste. You can see the pop-up doesn't show up anymore, but it's good because we already attacked with it. Now we can kill this Arachnid with Ascetic and also the Squire. Okay, perfect. So this is great. We're in a good position right now. We have cleared our opponent's board. We have Ascetic of Aldmor protected, which is really nice. Unaxio Squire is a solid card here, just to be aggressive on the board. And that's kind of the whole purpose of this deck. It's even better when you get the location, so I might want to play another game after this just to show you the location, but you're just a really aggressive deck that can deal with a lot of early pressure and deal a lot of early pressure and hopefully win the game quickly. Against some greedier decks, you'll be playing cards like Bad Santa, or we sacrifice Bazaar. That's another Bad Santa-like card that lets you draw cards. But the issue with playing Bad Santa against this matchup in particular is our opponent has a very similar game plan to us. Homunculus decks generally do the same thing. They try to rush the early game, they try to play a bunch of allies down that are really cheap, and then use Abomination Factory to discard cards to basically boost their allies as well. And so they're losing card advantage and discarding cards, and so we want to sacrifice anything that gives them any kind of resource advantage like that. Looks like our opponent disconnected, so we may be sitting here for a while, usually about a minute, and the game will give us a win. Hopefully that was just our opponent maybe losing internet connection or something. And there we go. We got awarded the win. And look at that. We got leveled up all the way to level 3 technically. So it does say 300 out of 300. That's because it hasn't loaded the next level yet. So as soon as we play another game, even if we lose the next game, we'll automatically level up. That gave us 80 gold. And for leveling up, we got 25 shadow crystals. So you can see how you can really quickly gain resources in this game just by playing a bunch of games and winning in the rated match. Much faster than you can make gold by playing against the campaign, which only gives you a very small amount of experience points. I think it's like 50 experience points or something. Incredibly small and almost insulting based on how much time it takes to beat the campaign. Yeah, so I would highly recommend going into ranked and not going into the campaign. Even if you have to sell like most of your collection, it's worth picking up a super budget deck that can be very competitive, because if you can win some games in ranked, you're gonna make all of that back just from leveling up and stuff. So the deck I've built here, although the code is specifically for Tala, you can actually bring this and run this on any human warrior. And I mean, Amber would be weird, but you could play this on Boris too, and that lets you level up Boris as well. By the time you've leveled up Tala and Boris to a good enough level, you should be able to explore other archetypes and other decks that can help you level up other heroes. Another great way to level up your hero is to set that hero to active, and you can have like a random deck basically. You set your hero to active, and then you go into Meltdown, and if you can play some Meltdown games, it will level up the hero you have active. So you can set a hero that you don't have a deck for and level up that hero as well. And leveling up heroes is the best way to make Shadow Crystals early on in the game. There's like 32 heroes, and you can level all of them up, and so that is how you want to be doing it, essentially. Okay, and as you can see, we have increased our rating a little bit. And yes, we finally have a hand where we actually have Ravenscrest. So we'll try to use that to our advantage. Okay, we'll just play it right now. And yeah, we can play Battle Hardened, just cycle a card essentially. And now it has Defender. I highly doubt our opponent is running anything with haste or anything, but it will also reduce the damage by 1. So I guess that's kind of nice. Okay, Stand Firm, another thing we could potentially play. Now we have to decide between Interceptor and Bazaar. Now I'm actually going to play Bazaar here just because I feel like playing Interceptor is not that good when you're going first. And because of that, we're actually going to sacrifice Interceptor. I think we can play this. So that's going to let us draw a card. And we got a lucky draw. Now we can summon our other Ascetic. Now we just have to be really careful because Banebow can probably kill both of these so on his next turn. And so great, we drew into the Battle Hardened. Battle Hardened is how you kind of counter that. Battle Hardened will let us reduce the damage to our allies by 1 for 1 turn, and it's basically free with Ravenscrest because it costs 1, but then you renew 1 resource and draw a card. So yeah. Okay, so we do have to be a little careful of ordering here. Stand Firm is a safe one to sacrifice in this matchup. You generally want to play this as a counter to something like Retreat. So you can sacrifice it. We want to play the Battle Hardened first. And then, ooh, okay, that's a good card. But we already played a support ability this turn. We only want to play 1 support ability per turn. But now that we have the Battle Hardened, we can now Bad Santa. Okay, great. And now we can summon another Ascetic. And just go like that. And let's see. This damage cannot be prevented by ally or armor abilities, but it can be prevented by support abilities. So these 3 allies are all protected from Banebow, which is very nice. Okay, our opponent goes for a Hunter's Gambit, which is fine. That fills their hand, keeps their hand completely full. That's kind of what we want to be doing here. Keeping our opponent's hand full. And great, our opponent kind of fell for it. Because of Battle Hardened, they're only going to take 1 damage each. Looks like our opponent maybe doesn't know about it. Oh, our opponent just conceded. So there you go. Another very fast win. So yeah, I hope this showed you, I mean, it didn't really show you how strong this deck can be, but this deck can be really strong when you combine it with stuff like By the Sword. When you play By the Sword, it gives all your allies +1/+1 after you summon them. All the allies we run are sword attack allies, so that's really, really good. Now, the one weakness is something like Tidal Wave or Supernova. That's where Sandra comes in. When you summon Sandra, it blows up one of your opponent's resources from the top of their deck. So we run that. Okay, we only have 1 Aldon. The reason is Aldon is a little bit expensive, so an easy way to upgrade this deck is to just put in some more Aldons into the deck. And then, yeah, I guess you could probably cut some of these abilities, honestly. You could probably cut Stand Firm and Urgent Business. But I just threw them in there, just kind of, they're nice cards to have, and they're really cheap to get. Like they're commons, so you might as well get them. Everything in this deck is a common except for Bad Santa and Aldon. Aldon you get for free with your free structure deck that you got, so this is a free card. Bad Santa is really the only card that you have to buy that is super expensive. Sadly, I don't think there's a suitable replacement for Bad Santa. Bad Santa is just that crucial to this deck, so you need to have 4 of these. And so this is the one expensive card in the deck that I allowed because I think it's so crucial to this aggro strategy. But everything else is a common, and so this deck is extremely cheap. It's probably the cheapest deck you can get, in my opinion, that is sort of competitive. I would say this is a pretty competitive deck. It's also very, like, relatively easy to pilot, and I think anyone could pick up this deck as a beginner and do well with it. So yeah, that is my budget deck for Shadow Era, and And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about this deck that I can answer, or maybe if you want some suggestions for decks after you build this one, or other strategies for making money in Shadow Era, and just economy in general, let me know. So that was basically that. Um, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this deck other than I guess, yeah, you can really get a lot of wins out of this deck just by virtue of being super fast and yeah, taking advantage of this Ravenscrest location. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and like it, and yeah, see you next time.